Yeni serimiz Max Payne'e başlıyoruz. 20. yılı olmuş Max Payne'in ilk çıktığından beri. Ben de başlamanın zamanı geldi dedim. Başlayalım bakalım.
Stand by 1010, investigated reported disturbance at Acer Plaza.
10-4 dispatcher, verify address.
That's Acer Plaza, repeat, Acer Plaza.
Shots fired on the rooftop. An assault in progress at Acer Plaza. Repeat, an assault in progress. It's a war zone down here. 1085 dispatcher, need additional units. Additional units now. Officer in danger. Officer in danger.
10-5, please repeat, 10-5, all units, emergency. Officer in danger, Acer Plaza, repeat, Acer Plaza, all units.
They were all dead. The final gunshot was an exclamation mark to everything that had led to this point. I released my finger from the trigger, and then it was over.
Max abi.
To make any kind of sense of it, I need to go back 3 years. Back to the night the pain
Her
started.
şeyi anlamadım. Bölüm 1 Amerikan Rüyası.
I was still on the force back then. NYPD, Manhattan, Midtown North Precinct, Hell's Kitchen.
So when are you coming to work for me, Detective Payne?
You'd make me work undercover in some hellhole. Sorry, Alex. Michelle and the baby come first.
Max abimiz
See?
polismiş.
My
NYPD'de
last
çalışıyor.
smoke. It's bad for the baby.
That's you,
come on.
Max. A regular Boy Scout.
See, Alex.
Still on for poker Thursday night, right?
Like taking candy from a baby. Life was good. Sun
iyiydi.
setting on a sweet summer's day. Smell of freshly mowed lawns. Sounds of children playing. A house across the river on the Jersey side. Beautiful wife and a baby girl. The American dream come true. Honey, I'm home. But dreams have a nasty habit of going bad when you're not looking. The sun went down with practiced bravado. Twilight crawled across the sky, laden with foreboding.
Kısacası evine geldim. New Jersey 3 yıl önce.
Michelle, honey, anybody home? I didn't like the way the show started. They'd give me the best seat in the house, front row center. What the hell? Something ugly had been tattooed on the wall, a map of things to come. It was a poison syringe, a magic tag full of diabolical meanings. Listen, someone's broken into my house. Call 911.
Is this the Payne residence?
Yes, someone's broken into my house. They're still here. You have to...
Good. I'm afraid I cannot help you.
Who is this? Hello?
Yardım edemem dedi şu an.
Michelle!
Garip sesler geliyor.
Michelle! It's coming. Freeze! NYPD, drop it! No, please God, no.
Onun bebeğim ölmüş.
No, God, no, please, Michelle.
Karısı
Oh,
ölmüş.
baby.
Ailesini öldürmüşler kısaca. Yazıklar adama.
That was 3 years ago. Everything ripped apart in a New York minute. The killer junkies had been high on a previously unknown designer drug, Valkyr, V. After the funeral, I told Alex I'd be transferring to the DEA.
Bir grup kaldırmış galiba.
It took us 3 long years to get a break in the Valkyr case. Then, finally, 2 months ago, a dime dropper tipped us off that Jack Lupino, a mob boss in the Punchinello crime family, was trafficking. I went undercover, infiltrated the worst mafia family in New York.
Chapter 1, Oscar Street Station. Tren istasyonu galiba.
I came in from the cold and the dark. Outside, the city was a cruel monster. I've been slowly working my way from the small time to the big fish, trying to get to the source of the drug. Alex and BB were my only contacts in the DEA, the only ones in this decrepit city who knew I was down here.
BB here. Something urgent has come up with Jack Lupino. You need to meet with Alex immediately at the Roscoe Street station.
I hadn't had a face-to-face with Alex since I'd gone undercover. Outside, the mercury was falling fast. It was colder than the devil's heart, raining ice pitchforks as if the heavens were ready to fall. Everyone was running for shelter like there was no tomorrow. It didn't get any better when I got to the subway.
Evet. Metro
The
istasyonu.
feeling hit me like a point-blank shot straight in the face. Something was not right about this. My Beretta stirred nervously under my coat, but the train doors had already shut behind me, and I was in for the ride. Next stop, Roscoe Street Station, and Alex.
Alex bulmaya geldi.
The station was drenched in gloom. Alex was a ghost, nowhere to be seen. I'd have to look for him.
Orası kapalı. Buradan.
Death was in the air at Roscoe Street. I'd have to find Alex fast.
Bu arada mermiyle painkiller oluyor genelde. Şöyle.
The pills would ease the pain.
Painkiller aslında ağrı kesici de can görevi görüyor yani. Onu aldığınca canımız yenileniyor gibi bir şey oluyor.
Wasn't Jake supposed to take care of this? He and Mickey are having too much what?
Bir şu var. Yani atlayınca yavaşlıyor. Atlamadan da yapılıyor böyle. Bullet time. İkinci oyunda daha çok geliştirmişler onu ya. Buradan mı gideceğiz? Ha, burası açık.
Yeah.
Polis öldürmüş.
Yo guys. Yo guys.
Oyun bence zamanına göre çok güzel bir oyun ya. Yani şu an bile oynanıyorsa yani gideri var.
Hey. Hey. No. Hey.
Burada bir adam daha vardı sanki. Tamam, dönmüş. Adam ölmüş. Taba basınca can
While looking for Alex, I had ended up in the middle of a big-time crime operation.
yani painkiller'ları kullanabiliyorsun. Başka pompalı var.
Hitting Roscoe Bank. What the?
Biri mi oldu? Ha. Güzel oldu.
The gate was locked. I would have to find another way to get to the tunnel.
Burası gitmemiş. Başka yoldan tünele gitmeliyim. Burası... Ha.
Kiss it goodbye, pal.
Adam varmış. Ha, biri yaşıyor.
You saved me, man.
What's going on here?
A massacre. These armed thugs just appeared from nowhere. We need to get help. I can make the call from the control room 1 floor up. Can you take me there?
Sure, sounds good. Follow me.
Adamı bir yere götürecek. Kontrollü mu ne? Ha.
Home free. This way. Hey! Look out!
Ya kontrolüm arkamızdaki yermiş. Hı. Şöyle bir F5 aldım. Oyunda kayıtsız alıyorsunuz. Almazsanız çok geriye atıyor oyunun başı gibi. Ha. Bir dakika. Adam vardı burada. Ha bunu Payne Canlı sanki. Değilmiş. İçeride adamlar var. Oo bayağı kalabalık. Tamam. Yavaşlatarak hepsini vurdum. Buna da Payne Canlı'ya benziyor yani. Ha bu da Payne Canlı. Şöyle bir yine F5 aldım. Ne olur ne olmaz.
The train lit up like a Christmas tree. The power was back on.
Ha, güç verdik işte. Yani. Önemli bir şey dedi. Bunlar şarjını sanki.
So much for being subtle.
Buradan ha, o kapı açılıyormuş ya. Adam arabası. O adam oradan nasıl ölmedi ya? Dünya kurşun sık. Buna gülüyor mu? Yok. Ha bu daha demin ulaşamadım. Tamam. Live from the canlı olay yeri.
The rusty door led to an abandoned part of the station, closed off since the early 40s. Something big was going down in Roscoe Street. Maybe that's why Alex had wanted to meet me here.
Yukarıdaki-
Maybe not.
Şeylere benziyormuş.
One way or the other, I was gonna find out.
Who was that? It's not yo. What the hell?
Ya Her köşede adam mı olur ya? Tam suya düştü. Ha, lağım burası. Sekiz mermi kaldı. Başka silah diyeceğim. Mermisi daha çok. Yapmamız lazım.
What the hell was that?
Bu neydi diyor.
Hold on here. Give me the detonator. What are you talking about?
The door had been welded shut ages ago and the bomb was missing a detonator.
Bomba koymuşlar galiba kapıya.
What the hell?
Elime bu silah nereden geldi ya? Bir dakika, bende tekli yok muydu? Neyse, pompalıylaydı. Burada bir kayıt alın.
Okay, fellas. The police are on their way.
Burada biri daha var. Aa, 2 kişilermiş. O canım çok gitti. Şunu alalım ya. Tamam. Tamam, aldık. Ah, yanlışlıkla bastım. Ya tank edemiyorum.
We come to you now live from the crime scene.
Who is this?
Right back at you.
This is Deputy Chief Jim Bravura from the NYPD. You are to cease your criminal activities and surrender immediately.
Sure thing, Jim. Me and the boys have been talking and everyone's real sorry. They'll never do it again.
Who the hell is this?
Being placed at the scene of a bank robbery wouldn't have tipped the odds in my favor.
NYPD'nin şefiymiş şu an araya. Vura diyor. Aa, ben aldım.
The bank robber's score lay on the table. The bank robbers have been after Acer Corporation bonds. The Acer success story had recently been on every channel and on the cover of every magazine. The bank robbers had left their tools on the table. Judging by the detonators, the crooks had bought enough explosives to send Lady Liberty into orbit.
Kapıyı patlatabiliyorum diyor galiba. Lan burada adam yoktu az önce. Bomba attılar. Onlar birbirini mi vuruyor? Ne yapıyor? Bir mermim kaldı. Evet. Oo, çok geri yattı ya. 5 an yapmış.
The police are on their way. New York's finest.
Oha! Mermi bitti. Tamam, güzel. Pataküte yürüyerek adamlanırsın. Güzel. Arkası şu oldu.
The bank robber's score lay on the table.
Tamam, buraya geç. Buraya geç. Şuradan patlatıcılar
The
alalım.
bank robbers had left their tools on the table. Judging by the detonators, the crooks had bought enough explosives to send Lady Liberty into orbit.
Ha, dur kapıyı aç. Şurada bir kayıt adam. Adamlar merdiven değil. Neyse buna gidelim. Biraz. Araba alarmı gibi ses çıkıyor.
Hold it! Max! Jesus, you almost gave me a heart attack!
Alex şeye benzemiyor mu ya?
Alex, glad to see
Heisenberg'e.
you.
What the hell's going on? There are more corpses here than at the city morgue!
It's an armed robbery, a tunnel job straight to the Roscoe Bank vault through the old station wall. Is this why? This is Lupino's gig?
This is Lupino's doing? Lupino's men? Really?
You sure know how to pick a place? Can you get through?
No, it's locked. We gotta get out of here. If it's Lupino, it's...
Adam Lupino'dan bahsediyorsun.
Alex!
Müzikleri
There
çok
was
güzel
nothing
ya.
I could do. He was dead. I could tell by the empty, accusing stare of his eyes.
Ay. Bir dakika ya aga. Gelmesin. Adam buranın arkasına geçmiş. Ha, bunun mermisi azalmış. Pompalıyla gideceğiz.
Let's get the hell out of here!
We'll be fine.
Şöyle F5 aldım.
Take it easy.
I'm allergic to sirens!
Lan bomba geldi. Neyse iyi ki F5 almış. Çok gerek.
Take it easy.
I'm allergic to sirens!
Bombam var ya benim.
Move it!
Shut up. Damn. Got him down.
Lan. Oha.
Take it easy.
Bombayı ben attım, geri mi geldi ya?
We gotta get moving!
Shut up. What the hell?
Bana sek. Ha, içeride adam var. Oha, buradan nasıl vurdum o? Tamam, öldürdük. Güzel. Ha, buradan kapıyı açmak için yer varmış. Hemen bir saat dolaştım. Ha, böyle.
Alex had kept me relatively sane for the past 3 years. Now I didn't know how I felt. Somehow he had stumbled upon something big and ended up stepping on Jack Lupino's toes.
Frank'ti, Bogart. Bogart ne bilmiyorum ama onu oynamak gibi bir şey değil.
Lupino ran his racket of sex, drugs, and contract killings from a sleazy hotel in a slum block of tenements. The NYPD was closing in. I could hear the sirens. Their wail was a crescendo. Lupino thought he could get us by taking Alex out and leaving me to take the fall for it. All he had gotten was my attention. I went for the hotel first. It was a sad old thing with flickering lamps and faded colors, cheap mobster punks and tired-eyed prostitutes. I walked straight in, playing at Bogart, like I'd done 100 times before. The place was run by a couple of murdering mobsters with shark smiles. The Finito brothers.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the pain in the butt. Pain to the max.
You're killing me. Did you make that up yourselves, or you get some wino downstairs to come up with it? Don't answer that. A rhetorical question. I got something for the boss. Lupino around?
That kind of depends on who's asking. A friend or a junk squad plan. Don't answer. It's one of them, how do you put it, rhetorical questions. Lupino ain't here, but he says bye.
Lupino wasn't in his cheap hotel. Instead, I ran into the Finito brothers. My cover had been blown. The door slammed shut behind me. And then I was dodging bullets like raindrops.
Pain in the butt. Ha ha! Pay to the max. Junk squad kick. Gotta take your Marble City for it.
Bende ne silah vardı bir de. Adamlar direkt vurmaya başladı ya bir de. Tamam tek attık. Sıkıntı yok. Ağrı kesici mi?
A letter on the desk caught my eye.
Ay Payne Canlı.
Everything all right? Bosses, Joey.
I'd met Lupino only once. The gangster ran all his rackets through his right-hand man, Vinny Gagniti. Gagniti was a high-strung whiner on the verge of breaking apart, like an overamped Energizer bunny. He had the brains to run the business, but he lacked the balls, always falling short, taking his frustration out on underage addicts and call girls.
The V deal goes down at your hotel. Jack's exact words, quote, Vinny, you're in charge of this one, unquote. Rico Muerte's coming to see it through. Anything goes wrong and everybody's gonna get dead. Goes double for you. Treat this guy real good. Anything he wants, you give him. Don't screw this up or you're finito, finitos.
A V deal meant added security, locked doors, and lots of nervous thugs with itchy trigger fingers. I'd seen nothing coming in, but that didn't mean it hadn't been there. Rico Muerte was a regular Kaiser Soze, a spook story told to keep the apes in line. 313. The Finitos had scribbled Muerte's room number on the note's margin.
Julio, you're right in there? They're not answering. Call the others. Tell them to come quick. Okay, but we can't wait for them. We gotta go in now. Bosses, we're coming in.
There he is.
Oğlum, alt üstü patronlarınızı öldürdük yani. Niye böyle odaya dalıyorsun? Ben gideyim ya.
Getting out was not going to be easy. The staircase was locked and the elevator had been busted for a decade or more.
Böyle F5 aldım. Bitir şimdi. Buradan çok atlayamaz.
Payne's there and they're not answering. Let's go.
Tamam. Bunlar da güzel tekme mermisi yapmış. Oh, kapı kırıldı. Herhalde buradan değil.
Hey,
Lan adam gitti dolaptan silah aldı lan.
Previously on Lords and Ladies. Lady Amelia, Marquis Valentine asks us for an audience.
Ama ihtiyacımız yok.
My lady.
My lord?
And now, in a all new episode of Lords and
Adam
Ladies,
kez
brought to
izlerken
you
oldu.
in part by Acer
Bak.
Corporation.
Şurada cam vardı. Neyse ihtiyacımız yok yani. En fazla 8 tane alabilir galiba. Benimki de. Daha fazla aldırsın.
there he is.
There he is.
What the sucker?
Bana yerde adam çıkıyor.
Distant forest path, there has been sunlight in the autumn days blazing like.
Deliği
My lord, you
tutturamadım.
should not speak so.
But my lady, I must.
My lord,
Piece of
no.
crap.
I forbid you. This cannot be. This must
Careful,
not be.
it might kick
Why,
back.
my love?
I saw.
Force me to speak the word.
Oğlum koşarak gelmeyin ya.
Yes, my lord, we should both be dead.
Pompalı çok güzel ya.
My lord, my lord, I am your long lost sister.
Televizyonu kırsaydım keşke ses çıkarıyordum.
V-head junkies could go off without a warning. I had to be careful.
Adam nasıl ses çıkarıyor?
There.
Ha. zaman yavaşladı. Netflix'ten sahne sanki. Lan dur. Mermi bitti. Ah, kolum ağrıdı. Şöyle ekipten istiyor aslında. Buradan gidilmiyor.
I'd found Muerte's room.
Ah! Tuzak kurmuşlar.
Muerte had received a letter. Our investigation had turned up nothing to link Angelo Punchinello, the head of the Punchinello family, to Valkyr. All tracks had ended with Jack Lupino. The letter in Muerte's room was signed by the Don himself. It was the first hint that the Kingpin knew what was brewing inside his syndicate.
The trouble you got into after the Chicago screw-up. The Punchinello family bailed you out. You have been waiting for a chance to pay us back. One of our trusted boys has a monkey the size of King Kong on his back. We need your special skills for backup on a major deal.
Collecting evidence had gotten old a few hundred bullets back. I was already so far past the point of no return I couldn't even remember what it looked like when I had passed it.